Hello. Welcome to this video in which I am going to discuss my thoughts on before at least the release of Season 5 of Call of Duty, at least the changes that are happening to the Warzone map. And first off to say, I'm not sure about other people, at least with, these influencers I'm seeing, saying these are some big, huge changes happening to the Warzone map. Like, really? Because I feel fucking underwhelmed as hell when it came to seeing what was happening with the map, because let's take a look at it overall, because from what I'm seeing, they're just like discussing like what they're seeing, what really is being shown, and that is like something happened to stadium, something happened to train stations, and a train going around the map on a battle royale map. Ooh, that's never been done before. Seriously, am I seriously the only one who was underwhelmed by what we were shown? Like they're almost trying to, cover up with you with some like nice shiny keys, like something beautiful to cover up the big fucking issues that people have with Warzone. The lack of footsteps out here. Let's start with that one. Is there any going to be anything? Sorry, is there anything going to happen with that? Because you know they didn't show anything about that, and like we're making changes like this and that, like better footstep audio so you can distinguish between somebody using dead silence and the game being shit. Like are they doing anything to the guns to like change up the meta of whatever fucking dumbass meta there is? Because there has to be a meta in the game nowadays. There can't just be people having fun. Are they gonna do anything about skill-based matchmaking? Sorry, I can say that correctly because I'm just so angry with seeing all these streamers and just people just saying, "Oh, look at these awesome changes happening to the Warzone maps." Like, really? You think these are awesome? You don't just see them as disguises for the shit that the game is that you have issues with. Just trying to, take your attention away from that shit that you're gonna feel a week in playing the new season if they don't do a damn thing about them, about skill based matchmaking, footstep audio, the guns. Ooh, they've added outside. I can't speak because I'm so just pissed off. Outside zip lines to get you up into stadia or to other buildings. There was only 1 to 2 routes to get up there that would kill you otherwise. Like, are those not going to be any actual, good influence change wise and everything? I mean, seriously, when I look at the map change from what I've been seeing about, just stadia, the train station, a train being added, I think back to Realm Royale and the lack of any change to their map, really. It's just I feel seriously underwhelmed here. Am I the only one who just like don't like what I was shown? I felt like I was treated like a fucking child. Like, here, look at all the pretty shiny new things. Let's distract you away from all the crap that's happening over here that we're not fixing. Yay! Am I the one who feels that way? About what I saw. Ooh. I mean, seriously, if you think about the map overall, 100% of the map of the Warzone, it seems like 20 to 25 things are being changed, and not much change. It's just there's being things that are being added. Stadium top been opened up, and that way you can be in Stadia now. You're in Stadia. It's like it's not so much of a change. It's more of an additive. You can call it a change, sure, technically, but it's more being added in, less being changed about the map. Again, what's happening with train station? And new areas being added in, not much of a change. There's a train that goes around again. Ooh, that's the first ever on a fucking battle royale map. Seriously, am I the only one that is just underwhelmed by the fuck what's happening here? Because I can't be, right? I can't be the only one underwhelmed here. It doesn't seem like much is happening. I mean, I didn't care much more for the battle royale in general. I'm tired of them in general because. Well, my thought is though, how they stated like a long time ago, like 2-3 years ago, the downfall of what battle royale is gonna be is there's too many of those and just too many games or just game modes in games, and how that was shite. Because here we are still to this day, people enjoying battle royales, or at least a battle royale. I mean, you think maybe about Fortnite, maybe, but other than that, like the only thing you think battle royale right now is Warzone. You don't think what PUBG was, the big huge thing that it was anymore much, really. You had last Call of Duty's Battle Royale, Blackout, Like I said, you have Fortnite. There was H1C1 at the beginning. I mean, again, round. What else was there? You don't really think much about battle royales outside like the new hot freshness, really, do you? But my thought is like, what would be the downfall of battle royale that isn't another new mode that takes the world by storm, like how battle royale has, is the rage-inducing aspects of what it is. Like if you play solo in here in Warzone, one thing I just have always thinking on is like, which direction am I gonna get shot from? You have that paranoia of like, what angle do I have to worry about? And that's one thing I think that Warzone does a bit too much of. There's too much there. And that's what I think would be the downfall of battle royale. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but that's just my opinion. That would be a downfall for this genre. It's just like, it's just doing too much. I feel like Warzone itself does too much. That takes away the core aspects of what a battle royale is, especially with the whole loot drops. Being able to pick out your own loadout and shit. It's like the essence of what a battle royale is. You're trying to loot and find whatever the best you can to come out with the best circumstance for you. Get the best loot, get to the best area, and just gun it out. But I feel like that essence has been taken away with what Warzone is, if I'm gonna be honest. And again, like I said, with this new map change, it really doesn't really do much, does it really? Because again, it's like, I feel like over the 100% of the map, only 20 to 25% change, if you want to say that, is being made. It's mostly just additives. It's like you're being added into a new area. You got to be worried about where you're at. Because there's supposed to be like a lot of places you can get to into the stadium area, and then you got the like sub area to the train station or something. I'm not sure what's happening there. They just show like you can go into a new area and train station. Not sure how much of that there is, so it might not even be 10%. It might be 5% of a change there. And then again, like I said, there's that whole a train that goes around the map. Haven't seen that shit done before. Really, how much is that gonna be of a good thing? We'll see. But like I said, overall, just before this season drops, I'm just so fucking underwhelmed, dude. And how can I be the only one? Seriously. How can I be the only one that is underwhelmed by the way things look? Seriously, I just feel like it's false hype that I'm feeling from all these streamers that I watch and everything. It's like, nothing against them, like maybe they are excited for it, but I don't see how, again, because like I said, it's like, how do you see these as huge changes? These aren't really huge changes. They might be somewhat big, but they're not huge. Like I said, when I think about this overall, I think back to when, what Realm Royale map was when it first started to how it is probably nowadays, which I haven't played in like about a month or two. I tried to go back to see how it was like a month or two ago, and it's just like, not really much there. And not to mention they did something I felt really fucking stupid. How like most battle royales, they add in like a nice new kind of like offside mode, like this new event that's only here for about a week or so, But usually they have it on the offside, like it doesn't disrupt, if you want to play, solos, duos, or squads. But in Realm Royale, it replaced the solo mode, which I thought again was a fucking dumbass move. Seriously, you replaced a mode that is basically essential to a battle royale. You replaced the solo mode of just playing regularly, and I couldn't play solo mode regularly if I wanted to at that time. So I'm like, I'm out. This was a fucking dumb move. It just was. That's not my opinion. That's fact. You don't replace one of your core modes in a battle royale with a limited time event mode. You just don't do that. For them though, it might be a bit understandable because how dead that game is. Seriously, like ever since the release of I think it was their first game from Hi-Res, which was Smite, they have been just on a downhill. Second one was unfortunate. Third one was forced. It seems. Second one being Paladins, it was unfortunate because it came out around the same time as Overwatch did, and you had a lot of people there just hopping on the Blizzard train, not seeing how god awful that company became. Maybe because Activision, maybe because internally, who knows? But yeah, that company went to shite real quick with what happened to Diablo 4. Surprised no one talked shit about Overwatch when it was all happening in the news about what was it, the loot box everybody talking shit about mini games with loot boxes. No one seemed to bring up Overwatch, which was basically in the same camp as the other games with the loot box. You can, granted it was cosmetic only, but you could pay real money for that shit. People had issues with that, but they were never bringing up fucking Overwatch for the most part. And then there was Sims 4, that debacle too, and then we had the whole Diablo Immortal debacle. That was, granted, that wasn't probably like a bad game for them to come out and state, but I think it was more the timing was the biggest issue. It's like everybody was wanting Diablo, or was it 4 or 5? I'm not sure which one was the last game. Diablo 3 was it the last game? I'm not sure, dude. It's like I said, I'm just out of it. I'm still thinking about fucking the whole shit that's happening with Call of Duty, and then also something else. Many things, but yeah. Basically, there was the whole online always shit with the last Diablo, and then there was to be an announcement supposedly of Diablo the next game, but then they came out with their mobile Diablo game. And like I said, I think it had to be more with time. I think if they did that at the beginning of the show instead of at the end, things might have gone over a bit better. But they closed it out. You always want to end with the best, and that wasn't what they had. They should have started with Diablo Immortal. They should have started off with that, get that out of the way, squash questions and everything, just get, say, this is it. This is Diablo Immortal. It's on phones only, not coming to PC, console, any of that. This is it. But then they had their whole press conference and Q&A, and that just, what the shit. Like I said, I think it was all had to do with timing. I think instead of being at the end of the showcase, it should have been at the beginning. Would have been much better for them. But yeah, then we had Realm Royale, and that was just a huge debacle. First it was supposed to be a add-on to Paladins, and then it became its own thing and stuff. It's just, it had some interesting things about it, but that thing was just never kept up to date, like how they kept doing Paladins or even Smite. They let Realm Royale die the death that it fucking got, dude. Basically, it just, they didn't even just let it die. They fucking killed it themselves, let's be honest. And with me, I think their next game needs to be a home run, which I don't see it being. It's not to say that it's going to be a bad game, but I just don't think it's going to be the game that they need to keep things really up to snuff and high res and everything. Who knows how that game's being developed, if it's, it's off to another studio and it's just being produced by high res or whatever. But like I said, their next game needs to be a home run out of the park kind of game, and I don't see it with Rogue Company. Because the biggest issue they're going to have is with the whole aspects of what perspective that it's in, and that is a third person's perspective, over the shoulder camera kind of game. And that's going to be, a no from a lot of people who prefer, the more realistic first person aspects of a game, That's why people love a lot of these different FPS games, especially with how battle royales are, but a lot of battle royales are in, first person perspective, with some having, like PUBG had the choice between third and first. Realm Royale and Fortnite going to are in third person, but Fortnite has its own issues, let's be honest. Realm Royale was just, like I said, it was dead in the water. They knew that game was going to be dead in the water because the beginning of it had a bunch of bots in that game, and it still does, dude. But overall, yeah, like I said, I think the new Warzone map look is just underwhelming. Got really off topic there somewhat, but yeah, in the end, I don't think Warzone is gonna have much to it outside the first week. People are gonna want to play it off the bat because it's new things, new weapons, new changes, look here. But if they haven't done much fundamental changes, if people are still gonna be pissed off about the different areas in which ones can be shot from, the lack of footstep audio, not much, meta change in the weaponry, If there aren't some good fundamental changes in Warzone, I feel this season is going to be its worst season ever, if I'm to be honest. Because people are going to start flocking out of here, especially once, better games come out soon here. Because we got, like, what, a month or two down the road? When is that game going to come out? I want to know. when Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out. Damn it. New keyboard. Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out in November. And it is just around the corner. That's probably when, like, either possibly, if they ever do release their next game, comes out around that time, or maybe the next season, or maybe like it coming up. But yeah, once this game releases, Warzone is gonna be dead. Let's be real. Warzone is gonna drop tons of players if they, especially like I said, do not change at least the fundamentals where they better their footstep audio. Make it more robust to where it's like it's not like a certain weapon aspects you need to have to win the game. It's all, irrelevant. You can use whatever weapon you want, you're good. As well as, like not worrying too much about where you're gonna get shot from, but let's be real, when a map like theirs has as many places as it does, that's never not gonna be a thing. You're always gonna be having that whole paranoia, especially in a solo game where it's like you're wondering where is the next bullet going to come from. Like I said, that's one of the reasons why I just stopped playing. It's because it's just like I don't want to play a game where it's just like gets my heart just be eating too much. It's just like always paranoid about, like I said, where the next bullet's going to fucking come from. Or, you just got the whole trying to play with people, I'm trying to get in a game of duos, squads, trios, whatever it is, see if I can't find me a good team to play with. But never really finding anybody, either they're not talking or they're AFK and they get kicked and all that shit, Because games I like to play nowadays, if it is a battle royale, very few, if ever, any of my friends that I have on my friends list actually want to play those games. They're all playing their own games of, MMOs and whatnot. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see once the season drops later today. But like I said, overall, I find myself underwhelmed by what I have seen so far. Hopefully they actually knock it out of the park with other changes that they haven't made in showing, that they could. Like I said, better footstep audio, gun changes and whatnot. But we shall see later. I thank you for watching. I hope you informed, possibly entertained, and I hope you have a rock-up second day. Peace.